Hello again, fellow YouTubers. It's Solomon Pleasant back for another deck review, deck profile, whatever. Yeah, so this is my third time doing this. I want to say this will be the last time. Should be. Last time doing this particular deck profile. I've done this thing like twice now, and I think I finally found a method. So, you should know what this is by now. This is my release, the Raptors deck, which revolves around the Raptor ride chain, so I'll just get into it. Apologies for my voice, I still might be a little bit sick. Starting off, we got our Star Military Dragon Raptor Soldier. Yeah, if you want a more in-depth review of this, try my first two vids. Preferably my first one, but yeah, so there's your starter. For Campfire Dragon Sledge Alkio, standard draw trigger, and put into the Soul Give +3. Used this draw trigger other than the normal draw trigger because this gives me an extra option which allows me to do stuff, so pretty straightforward there. Still run 4 Black Can Tiger, critical trigger with options, so again, options are always better. And again, want more in-depth things on the cards, check out, I'll put a link for the first Raptor profile and maybe the second one. Still run 4 Dragon Bird Fire Pietrix, standard crit, not much to say there. And I still run 4 Ironclad Dragon Steelsaurus, standard heal. Okay, grade 1s. I run 3 Savage Magus. Now, this is the one Savage other than the Savage heal trigger that people actually like using. It's the standard, place this on Vanguard or Rearguard, Counterblast 1, add extra damage. This basically helps you get off the limit break a lot easier. So, run 3 of her. I might take one of her out and put in a Dark Rex, just because that might be useful in this deck, but I'm never going to show that, so that's how this is probably how it's going to look, because I don't want to put a lot more effort into this, because I put a ton of effort into this already. And I will explain later about that. Alright, what are you doing there? Get out of there. Okay, I run 4 P-Guards. Yeah. Some of my friends finally made me buckle down and actually get 4 P-Guards for this deck. And honestly, it helps, but again, I will explain my situation later. But for this deck, for the most part, it works. It does well. This is the only deck that I think I'm going to have where it's going to be 4 P-Guards, because P-Guards are hard to find, so there's my one exception to my only 1 P-Guard rule. For the Raptor Sergeants, because Raptor Ride Chain, not much to say there. For Winged Dragon Beam Tarot, because kill it, +3 to something, yada yada. Again, first and second video explain more. On grade 2s, for the Raptor Captain, self-explanatory. For the Winged Dragon Splash Tarot, same thing as Beam Tarot, except a 9K, self-explanatory. And for Ravenous Dragon Mega Rex, so I got around to getting 4 of these guys, and the extra 10K helps, so it's good. 10K beatstick, self-explanatory. Grade 3s, we got 2 Tyrant Death Rex, because he is good on Vanguard if I can't get to a Raptor Colonel, which, again, I will explain about that. And finally, 4 Military Dragon Raptor Colonels. I explained all this already in my first 2 versions of this, so yeah. And again, the only change that would be made to this is take out a Savage for a Dark Rex, I'm just going to call it. It's the thing where you put it in the bind zone, +3 to your Vanguard, and if your Vanguard's attack doesn't hit, you can ride it and do the whole attack thing again. So I might put one of those in there in place of a Savage, but optional. Okay, so when you look at this deck, you think, oh, this looks like it could work, and it should. But I'm just doing this deck profile because I just want to finish up doing a profile on this. I've done this deck 3 times where I've looked at and profiled it and everything, so I just want to get it out of the way. Again, this deck should do well, but for some reason, I tried in a tournament recently, and this happens so often, I can never get the full ride chain off. I can never get to the grade 1, or I can never get to the grade 2. I can always seem to get to the grade 3, but it's never the grade 1 or the grade 2. Preferably, usually it's the grade 1, for some odd reason. And I just don't know why that is, because in the tournament I took like 1-3. I lost 3 times. I swear one of those times though somebody was cheating. And that person knows who he is, or people who might know what I'm talking about probably know what I'm talking about. I swear that guy was cheating somehow. I swear. But yeah, so, and again, 4 P guards. I ride to the P guards and Beam Tarot more than I ride to this thing, so I guess I'm just a little pissed at the fact that I can never fully get this deck at its full potential because I can never get the ride chain off. When the ride chain goes off, this deck is something to reckon with. It's a real threat, but when I don't, which happens way too often, it's like, oh, okay, now I have to ride to this, and yeah, see, so that's where this guy would come in. And this guy puts in way more effort, I think, than these things do, for some reason. So, honestly, I could replace those with Sonic Noahs, and it wouldn't make a difference. It really wouldn't, but the only difference is the ride chain wouldn't get off, but these things don't show up anyway, so, oh well. So, all in all, take a look at this deck. You see everything here. I pretty much explained everything. That thing can help with the ride chain, but I never get that thing's ability off. That I almost never use, but it's nice to have just in case. Again, it's a good deck setup if you can actually get the ride chain off. If you get it off, it's a good deck setup. If you don't, you're screwed, pretty much, because every time I fail to complete the ride chain, I pretty much lose. Because I'll end up riding to this guy anyway, and then he's just going to be a 10k, because I either don't have him in the soul, or he's an 11k, but I couldn't get the extra support I need from that full 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. So yeah, not much else to say here. This has been my 3.0 version of Release the Raptors deck profile. Last time I'm going to do it. I assure you that much. That's all I got. This has been Solomon Pleasant, signing off.